What's up, guys? It's Dale again. Today on the bus, the projects go. We're going to be working on the roof rack, and then Luke over here is going to get up there and paint it while Mike is welding on the roof rack. Then we're going to put windows in. We're going to try to get some clearance lights on the bad boy. You know, we'll go from there. Right. See this chair over here, this green one? That's supervisor's seat. I'll be there most of the day, passing out sage advice and words of wisdom. And then, hopefully, by the end of the day, you know, we may decide we want to take it back out on a ride with the windows in it.
Today I'm going to be editing a bunch of videos, so I'm not working on the school bus. But since we got the windows in and everything, Luke decided he wanted to go kayaking. So the bus just became a transportation machine for Luke to go kayaking. All right, Luke, you have fun now. Yeah, we started a rafting company. Bye, Luke. Well, there goes that. Back to editing, I guess.
I just thought I'd do the intro for Mike today. He's got a lot on his mind.
Oh my child, it's not your fault and you don't deserve all the pain and the hurt.
You know, we're just getting rid of the burrs.
You just on that grind, Mike?
Just on that grind, that daily bus grind.
Get it? Because that's a grinder.
We're not actually going to mount the deck brackets right now. We just want to get them drilled in and that beam welded. So that 2x4 beam that's going across the brackets, we want to actually take the bolts, set the bolts in, get all the brackets set, and then we can lay those 2x4s across and tack weld them so that we're sure they're exactly where we want them to be in reference to the bus. So right now we're going to be putting these bolts on, getting that all welded up, and then we'll take it down, and then while I'm welding, Luke can start painting the roof and get that thing all white and clean. So Luke's on the inside, I'm up on the roof. Let's get these guys in.
Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair.
All right, we got our first bracket in right here. So as you can see, 1/2-inch bolt dropped straight through, and then we tightened it down to match the contour. And then this piece right here is actually done on an angle, as you can see, so that when we put our larger beam on, it's gonna fit completely flat down the side of the bus. So now that we got this one in, we can get all the other ones snugged down, get that 2x4 on, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna hand the camera back to Luke so we can keep working. Here you go, Luke.
What up, YouTube? It's Mike.
I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold
Let me tell you something though. It's pretty nice looking to have them brackets on there. Too bad we got to take them off to paint, but at least when we put them on, it's going to be super clean. Sweet! Sweet!
I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time.
That's it?
Well, we're just trying to tack it, and then we'll bring it to the ground, and then I'll final weld it all, and you know, make sure it's all good and clean, get all the rust, you know, particles off.
I was trying to get some sick B-roll though.
I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to give you the opportunity to power wash the roof so that we could get the roof power washed.
First question.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Other side. Now that all of these deck brackets are done and, you know, tack welded, they're not final welded, we're gonna now remove them, bring them down to the ground where we can safely get them all welded, prepped, and painted. And while I'm doing that, Luke's gonna power wash the roof and get this painted out with a silicone sealant. So hopefully by the time he gets that painted and I get these brackets done, we can both put them back together and then the deck can start going in and we start moving forward. So let's get these super now heavy welded beams together off the roof and not drop them on ourselves.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt.
I'm still working on the welding, but Luke's gonna get started painting the roof, which means we gotta get our line made of where we're gonna bring the white matching the blue. So we're gonna run a chalk line so that he can get a straight line from the front to the back, or should I say the front to the back. And then once he has that line, he can tape it off and we got our roof line all good to go. So let's get chalking. Snap it.
Yeah, just grab it. Here, just grab it. Mike, just grab it. Come on, dude.
Snap it. Look at that line. Yeah, we gotta bring some of the blue up.
I know you've done your part, it's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should.
We're not exactly ready to install it into the school bus, but what we're gonna be doing right now is we're gonna start ripping plywood sheets into our internal strapping. If you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, I'll put up a clip really quick of what it looked like in a trailer that I previously did, just so you can get an idea. But the concept is that we're gonna start ripping it so that we can transport it a little bit easier. It's just easier to move around those little 3 to 4 inch strips than, you know, 4x8 sheets of plywood. So we're gonna get it cut and then put it in the bus, move it to the build location, just kind of get it stored away. But we will be using that pretty quickly and pretty soon. Oh, we officially have all of the underlayment and foam strapping. It's all over at the build location. So now we can get the bus parked and get all of this stuff organized. Yeah, it's time to get back to working on the bus and seeing what else we can get done and keep moving forward.
How's the first road trip, Mike?
Well, you know, we did about 100 feet back and forth, reverse and drive. And she ran great, can't complain. And yeah, that's about it. All right, now that we got this window completely ready to be put in and it's caulked, I just want to explain really quickly what we're doing just in case anyone out there is in a similar situation as we are. So we pulled all of our windows out and removed all of the interior metal, which essentially means we lost the bracing that holds the windows in from the backside. So what we did is we custom made these little bracings that are not permanent, they're just for temporary install, but essentially it's just gonna screw into the beam We got a little piece of cardboard to create pressure to push the window in. And then by doing that, essentially, we've created enough pressure to get the window completely seated in with the caulk. And then when we come back later in a future video and we actually start strapping the interior of the bus getting ready to rebuild, we'll remove all these little wood pieces and then we'll actually hold it in by the actual wood strapping that will soon become the interior. But for now, this is our little workaround of how we can get the windows in and get waterproofed before we get building. All right, hey Dale, do you want to hold this and I'll film from the inside? Hey everyone. We just switched from B-roll to vlogging. That was a pretty interesting transition. Now we're gonna switch back to B-roll because Luke's putting screws in.
You see that move.
At this point, we definitely have a bit more screws to put in to get these windows completely sealed off. But Luke, I know you're putting the screw in, but do you want to show the secret, or we want to wait? Oh yeah.
Plot twist, it's a coffee shop.
It's a coffee shop. We're not building a house. No, just, oh jeez, I got that on camera. Woo! Wow, this coffee shop's open for business. What actually is gonna go here is the kitchen. So Luke is currently standing in the kitchen and we will have nice open windows. It's really nice. This bus is fortunate. We've got these latches, which typically on some buses you'll have them down here. When you do that, your countertop on the inside is about 36 inches high. That's gonna end up about here on your window height. So in that case, you would never reach these latches. This bus though, you can open the latches. I tried to do this on my previous bus and I'll show you when it ended up happening. On Navi, this window is actually an emergency window. It opens, but it opens like this, not like this. So the latch is right here and poor planning, there's an oven right there. So there's no way to reach it. So it was super awesome in concept, but pretty much like there's just, it doesn't make sense. So on the new bus, if you look at a countertop, the handle is gonna be about right here, so you can still open it even with a countertop there. Awesome. Fix the mistake that I made on this one.
Those windows hurt.
Those windows hurt?
They're pretty.
Oh, man.
Those windows are a real knockout as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
Sweet.
dang. All right, task off the list. Next one. I'm almost done welding up these beams. I just have to put some caps on both ends of the sides so water doesn't get inside, make sure it's all sealed up. And these guys are gonna get sanded up and primed because I wanna get these mounted. Luke is still painting the roof. He's putting the second coat on right now. Once that's on and dry, we can get these guys mounted. So it's, once again, one of those step 2, step 3 type scenarios. So we just gotta keep moving forward and getting it done. Switching gears just a little bit for myself, I was welding up these beams and I realized that Luke has only been welding for a few months, and I'm like, well, hey, why don't we let him take over the roof racks and let him start welding it all up? And let me just say that he's killing. Actually, I want to show you. He probably doesn't want me to show you, but I'm gonna show you. I think he's doing pretty good. I'm like super impressed. This is, like I said, he's not a total beginner, but you know.
I already texted Jimmy.
Oh yeah, he already texted his friends telling him. But either way, like, it's super awesome, and it's great that he's, you know, able to just kind of pick it up and do it so quick. He's literally, since he's been hanging out with me and some of their friends, consistently, he's the fastest person in picking things up ever. It's amazing. Now that Luke is getting going on the welding, I can now turn my focus to the table and get it mounted up right here. I have all my tools and supplies all laid out and ready to go, so it should be a bit of a quick install, but it's gonna be awesome when this right here goes from just being piece of wood blue battery box to piece of wood table battery box. That just sounds so much better. been a little bit to get the table up, but it looks as though we got ourselves a right angle. I've got the chains figured out, so now I just have to get them cut, get them to the right length, and then all these bolts can be put in for their final install, which it's just, oh man. It's just nice though when it finally starts going together, but I'm pretty happy with that guy right there, but I gotta keep moving on it and get it final installed because we gotta keep moving.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time.
I'm just about to put the side table on the bus. I'm just doing a little bit more prep work to make sure that it's good to go, because once you install it, it's installed and you can't go back. So I always like to take a few minutes before, make sure it's right. But Luke is just finished up sanding and getting all of these deck mounts completely done. So if you can see, they're all welded up. He sanded them down to get them nice and clean so we can put our prime coat on. But we want to prime and paint these today so we can get them mounted up on the roof. And just check one more thing off the list that has to do with waterproofing. You ever use a spray can before?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. We'll see how it goes.
It goes this way, right? It's not working.
It's not working.
Do you have to hit it?
Oh God, imagine you just broke the top off.
I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time.
Hey Dale,
Hey,
guess what time it is, Dale?
table time, Mike.
That's right, it's table time. We've got the table completely done and prepped. We've got everything caulked and painted, all the holes are drilled, supports are in. So at this point, it is literally just put like 6 bolts in and the table is mounted. Super exciting, but let's get this table in, get it mounted, and then like make some lunch or something, because that would be awesome and great. While they hold it, I'm getting the bolts.
I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much
All right, Miguel.
What? We got the table in.
Moment of truth.
Hopefully.
What are the odds that it actually works?
Imagine if it didn't. Oh. Wait for it. Okay. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, guys. Dale, nailed it. Thanks. Luke, nailed it. Thanks. People at home, nailed it. Thanks. Okay, table is officially in on the bus. And the next goal is going to be what Luke's been working on all morning, which is priming and painting these racks over here, which are the rooftop deck. So once those are dry, we're heading up to the roof and we're gonna get those mounted so that we can at least get started on that and get those holes all sealed up. So first step, let's get these up there. Dale, you ready to carry some really, really heavy stuff? Yeah, we're all super
Yeah, I'm
excited.
so enthused about this, Michael.
We're enthused about the deck going up. We're not enthused about how heavy these beams are, but they are engineered correctly. We did all the math, so we know that this is going to last a very long time.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt.
So pretty much, I mean, at this point, windows are in, tables in, rooftop decks in, or at least the mounts are in. All the molding and different types of outside pieces are done, but the bus is really starting to look like something. I'm super excited to always be moving forward. And in the next video, we're gonna be starting to do the rooftop deck and actually start putting the subflooring on the inside, because at this point, the outside's pretty much almost done. So mentally, outside is gonna be less of a focus, and we're starting to move inside, which is super exciting. So I just wanna say, everyone, thank you for watching, and can't wait to get into the inside, and I'll see you next time.
All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good.